Guys, I'm blushing. I'm totally blushing on this one. And it's a bit of an awkward situation because my wife is right here, but just have a look at this beautiful woman on the screen right now and listen to the beauty of what she's talking about.
My husband taught me how to be a relaxed woman. I had always seen the praying woman, the ambitious woman, the strong woman. But my husband taught me that rest wasn't a recommendation, it was a requirement.
Hey! I don't know, but I love love. I love softness. I was raised by a loving mom and a loving father. And so I vibe with love. I vibe with softness and comfort. And what this woman is talking about and how she's feeling about her husband and what she's testifying is what we're going to be talking about today. If you don't know who I am, my name is Neo and welcome to my channel. Hope you like, hope you subscribe, and hope you share this video. Let's jump back into this and we'll continue talking as it goes. Feel some of this.
And then he would tell me things like, I've got you. And there was something about a man that keeps his word that makes you feel so safe and so secure, and it allows you to flourish in your femininity. You can't grow in survival and softness at the same time. One is going to dominate the other. So he allowed me to push my survival mode to the side.
Hey, are you hearing that? Are you hearing that? I mean, I'm immediately jumping into her husband's shoes. Not in a lustful way. I'm not, as much as I'm admiring how beautiful she looks, but I'm really trying to bask in the glory that the man is probably going through when your woman is able to talk about you this way. And it speaks a lot about the kind of man that you are, because you must have worked to put her in a place of comfort. For her, this lady has a pretty big TikTok following. Her words resonate with a lot of people, and she's giving hope and encouragement to a lot of women, younger ones, sharing experiences about how she was when she was younger. So for a woman to be vulnerable like that, for a woman to feel comfortable like that, to put herself out to the world and talk about her pain, it means that there's a strong point somewhere. And I'm just trying to now feel what this man is feeling. I'm aspiring not to be her man, but to be the kind of man that she is praising. Oh, yeah.
And he allowed my softness to come to the surface. It was in our marriage that he taught me. In this marriage, you never have to fight. There's no competition. We are one. And that brought me strength.
So y'all know, in the time and age that we're living in, the women who are leading and influencing the current generation of women, one of the leaders is Dineo Ranaka, a woman who is passionately pushing what we know and we're able to see as the leftist, pretty much Illuminati Hollywood agenda that seeks to make men docile little creatures and lift women and encourage them to lift heavy weights that they have no business lifting. So hearing a woman here who is in a place of softness, it's like seeing some green, lush vegetation in a desert. The time that we're living in, is so rough. The women are so rough. They are so tough, like mohodu, And I know that a lot of men, we don't know any other kind of women, especially us currently. We're very different to the men and women who came before us, I believe. And so if you are growing up right now and you're somewhere between the ages of 18 and 25, you are experiencing very tough women currently. And you're just having to live with that. And maybe you've never heard this. Maybe you've never known this. Maybe even the women that you're living with have never heard of such a comfort. Maybe they've also been geared to fight and take up arms. And it's so refreshing to be listening to this. Let's just finish it.
He's always allowed me to be in my femininity. So if you ever want to know what to look for in a man, let me give you a simple key. A man who doesn't want to break God's heart won't want to break yours.
There's a second portion. I won't give too much commentary on this one. I just want to breeze through it, and then I'll let my baby give some commentary on this.
Nana, let me help you. The reason you are falling apart is because you have taken the job to be the strong one. If you are married, if you have a husband, you are supposed to be weak. You are expected to be weak. According to 1 Peter chapter 3, you are the weaker vessel. What are you doing there being the strong one? What is he going to do if when you are the strong one of the family? Be the weaker vessel now. Be very weak. Be very weak. Anything that is hard in this marriage, anything that is difficult, it's not for you to carry. It's for him as the head and the leader of the family. When you just sit there behind him, you are his number one cheerleader. You are his number one supporter. You are the first person to praise him. You are the first person to stroke his ego. The rest ayikufuni. The reason there is so much chaos in your marriage is because you are being the Rambo in that marriage. You are being the hard drive of that marriage. Move from there and come this side of the weaker vessels.
Relax there, Chuck Norris. Stop the fighting. Come to heaven.
We as wives are supposed to be weaker than the men that we are married to. If you are stronger than him, yonke lento seyimoshekile, say upside down.
It's science. It's geometry. It's facts.
Be the weaker vessel, Nana. Allow yourself to be weaker. Allow yourself to stay there by your marshmallow lane and let him be the strong one.
You see that marshmallow lane? That's what these younger women who've been pushing this whole sparkle, soft girl era that is now being spoofed into dudes who are entering their drizzle, soft guy era. The soft time for a woman is when she's now in the hands of a capable man. Most preferably a man who is her husband, a husband who is committed. So if you look at how God has sort of designed life, we go from being single and alone in the world without shelter, pretty much. The only shelter that we really have in the world that is true and everlasting is one in a marriage that lasts. Let's just jump right back into the video.
Let him be the strong one. Let him carry this family according to my Bible. When I read it and understand it, a man came first, then a woman came after a man. Therefore, a husband, by God, he created in him the engine that is capable. He has the capacity to hold the family together. He has the capacity to be the glue of this family. He has the capacity to carry the whole family on his shoulders. I mean your marriage. I don't mean the rest of the people that are causing chaos in your life. You, your husband, and your kids. Your husband has the capacity to carry that. Your job as a wife is to be a weaker vessel, is to be a marshmallow, is to cheer him, is to brush his ego, is to praise him, is to allow him to lead you. Don't go there and be a Rambo and be a hard drive of the family. He is capable. Every man that decides to marry, he feels that he's capable to carry a family on his shoulders. And God has created every man. He has put everything that they need in the inside of them to carry the family. Nana. The reason better kangaka is because when you've decided to be the hard drive of the family, move from that lane, come this side, this lane of marshmallows, this lane of weaker vessel, and be very weak. Even your in-laws must know that you are a weaker vessel. You are not here to be the caterpillar in this marriage. You are there being weak, very weak. You are doing the Bible if you are a weaker vessel.
And so that's it. Baby, tell me this. I just want to clarify something. being weaker and being on the comfortable side. I don't want it to get mistaken because men are currently going through some drizzle era and they're not wanting to contribute and put women in a soft place. As this woman is saying, you know, we're living in this contrarian time where people are still saying, yo, dudes, return to manhood, return to being tough, return to caretaking, come out of the prisons, get away from the stadiums, you know, stay in the house, stay away from the taverns. And then there's people who are saying, yo, you women, do something else that is contrary. She's giving advice to women to be soft, and there's Dineo Ranaka saying that women should toughen up. So that's the contrary stuff going on. In order to just clarify that, I just want to hear something. Being on the soft side, being on the comfortable side, doesn't mean women should be lazy and not contribute. Is she saying that?
No, I don't think it applies to that. I don't think she's saying that, you see. Being the weaker vessel, we have a tendency of dragging words, right? The reason why there is a philosophy of the Mbogotos, it is because of course, the Miss Independent ideology. But what is now being implied by these two women is that be a woman who's not an embogodo. You don't have to toughen up to...
We're shooting. Get out, baby.
We're shooting, baby.
The baby is interrupting. Maybe I'll cut this out. What do you want, baby?
Mama, let me tell you something. I like patty cake and good and bicycle and teddy bear. I like TV.
Okay.
I like popcorn.
Okay, you like popcorn. You want popcorn, ne?
You like popcorn and TV.
Yeah, come watch a movie just now. Let me finish shooting with Papa, ne?
Bye-bye. Close that door. Hey, that's our daughter. If this makes it into the video, that's a moment that I've decided to keep in and share. Continue, baby.
So as I was saying, both the ladies are correct in what they're saying, right? One thing that I can say is that being a weaker vessel does not mean that you have to be a lazy woman.
Should you contribute then?
Yes, you can contribute by being your husband's partner. Your contribution is solemnly in that. Being a partner to your husband, it's a contribution. And I think as a society, we've confused that.
So your half is the feminine touch,
It's the
where
feminine
you should
touch.
be feminine.
Yes.
The taking care of the kids
your true
is
design.
aiding.
Your true design of what God has designed you for as a woman. It's
working
your
and contributing financially is also a feminine touch.
Not necessarily a feminine touch. It should be an add-on. It's an extra. Right. But when you're looking at it from a very definitive point, right, your contribution solemnly by design should be the character that you have as a woman, which is your femininity.
Yes.
Right?
What does that bring?
To nurture, to take care of the kids,
yes,
right? To be able to be a person who uplifts your husband, to be a cheerleader in your husband's lane. Because the thing is that the husband is called to lead. And he has to lead people who are able to heed to his leadership. So you need to be a woman who's capable of being led.
Yes.
Right. That is your contribution. Then the other things could be materialistic contributions where you're now, because you're being cultivated, you're being nurtured in that relationship, in that marriage, you can have a financial contribution. But it shouldn't be your priority.
So if a woman listens to this and she decides, yo, I've been working really hard in my relationship, I've been also working and contributing to the household financially, and this video says that I should be relaxing and letting the man take all of the heavy load, would that be a fair interpretation of what she has said?
Look,
if you stop giving financially, would she be following right
financial
advice?
Decisions are made. This is where your discernment and maturity as a couple comes in, right? Because number one, as I was saying, you have to factor out what they are implying, what they are speaking about is a character rather than a materialistic contribution, what you give. They are speaking about a character of a woman. That should be your priority as a woman. Then if you're a woman who's capable, like the Proverbs 31 woman, because God has given women the talent to be able to have vineyards, to have businesses. These are the women Amanda Ferguson has a bigger channel than the husband, it means that she has contribution probably that she does in her marriage.
But she's still in her softness.
She's still in her softness. That is what I mean, you know. Your first priority should be the character of a woman that you are. Other things are add-ons.
Okay, I guess, yeah. I asked a very distant question from what she is talking about. I guess if you're a sensible woman out there, you will understand that these women are talking about
your character as a woman.
Your character as a woman.
Yes.
They've spoken about femininity, you know, to thrive, to be less defensive.
Yes.
Not fighting, you see. So if somebody's interpreting this and listening to this properly, stick to that area. Don't quote this outside of where it belongs.
Yeah.
Contribution of finances is something that is good. It boosts a home
It
very
boosts a
much
home.
when a man and a woman work together.
In this
So
economy
should
that we're
never be
living in.
stopped.
Yeah, especially
Being soft doesn't mean that you've stopped
you
contributing.
have to be lazy
and you're laying back now.
No.
Okay.
In this economy that we're living in, it's good if you guys are both working.
Yes.
Not one is because not everyone is destined to be a businessman or businesswoman, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't have that gift or know the talent to be business driven people, for you guys to be working in a home, it helps your visions, it helps your goals.
Yes.
It balances you guys economically, right? But now we're not speaking about economic wellness or anything like that. We're speaking about the foundation, the principles of making a marriage work, the characters that define a healthy marriage.
Okay. I'm sorry if I complicated the question or I put you straight in the deep end of the pool, but I appreciate you answering that question like that. Baby, it's been an episode. I'm out of here.
Sure.